Dragon Ball DAIMA episode 20 is now officially on Crunchyroll, which gives us full context and reviews concerning the fight between Goku and King Gomah, how he was defeated, the ending, and what specifically is the fate of Majin, Q, and more. For this video, I'll be going in depth on what happened, as well as if there are any reveals or info in terms of if Super Saiyan 4 was a temporary thing, along with the secret ending quotations of the episode. First, let's jump straight into the fight. The fight starts off with Goku in his Super Saiyan 4 form powering up. He goes straight in and rocks King Gomah with a punch that sends him flying. At first, you might think that Goku has this right in the bag, right? But nope, Gomah counterattacks and they go into a series of blows. It's reminiscent of when Mini Goku in Super Saiyan 4 fought Gomah, but much more intense and brutal, as Goku is putting up a hell of a fight and Gomah isn't letting up. There is a point in the fight where Goku is dodging and goes straight into punching King Gomah in the stomach. Ordinarily, this would be a very critical hit, but that annoying third eye begins taking effect, with it looking like he's back to prime form and potentially getting stronger. And naturally, Gomah decides to play this in the long range type of way, summoning a staff and having a bunch of balls try to hit Goku. So Goku has to take into account fighting this giant monster and dodging his key attacks that are attacking him all over the place. Goku goes straight to the source and attacks Gomah head on, and there is actually an interesting scene where Goku's muscles become bigger, signifying he's tapping more into his strength, and he punches Gomah again, leaving him stunned momentarily. But this villain is very persistent, and despite trying to use rocks to trap Goku, it's not effective and they ultimately go into a neutral position. So far, the battle is very intense, but more or less equal, with Goku arguably having the edge so far. After a brief stare down, both characters power up again and attack each other, with both of them having more clashes and struggles. Classic Dragon Ball Z, but the fight remains entertaining, and it even takes a darker turn, literally, when Gomah grabs Goku, throws him away, and the scenery changes with a bunch of energy balls shooting something that attacks Goku. Goku dodges them very successfully, but him powering up is what ultimately stops it all. Goku is encased in a white aura, and now he's dodging Gomah's attacks effortlessly and punching Gomah and putting him on his stomach. Now this is where the most epic sequence of events begins. With Gomah still getting himself rejuvenated with the third eye, Goku starts raising his fist in epic form, which looks so good. Even despite attacking him while powering up, it's no use. And then we have the scene where Goku is charging his signature style Kamehameha. I don't know if it's a 10 times, but he's powering up immensely and shooting it straight at him. Even though Gomah retaliates, it's no use, and it goes right through King Gomah's stomach, piercing him, and it seems to destroy part of the demon realm. Don't know what that's about. Everyone is looking in shock, including Gomah, who's hurt and injured, but Goku knows that this is not enough and signals to Piccolo to end this. Piccolo actually hits King Gomah in the back of the head twice, but at the third time he counters Piccolo, which surprises everyone. Things start looking hopeless as Gomah starts regenerating and seemingly getting stronger? Goku is drained from this fight naturally, and just when things look like they're about to end for the heroes, Majin saves the day and hits Gomah in the back of the head, which actually removes the third eye. I definitely have the feeling Akira Toriyama was the person who wanted this. His decision basically saved them, as it puts King Gomah back into a small form, removes the third eye, and Glorio steps on the third eye, essentially putting everything back to normal. Everyone praises Majin, and this is where things are basically calmed down, as it was the efforts of Goku, Majin, Glorio, Piccolo, and everyone else who helped contribute to Gomah's defeat. And if we ignore the whole fusion stuff, this was a very good way in respecting Super Saiyan 4. Have it look strong against the enemy, don't make it job, and don't introduce fusion that fast so that Goku won't have part of his glory taken away. Although if this episode was longer, then they could have had a fusion thing going with Goku and Vegeta at the end. At least that's one way of looking at this. Alright, now we're pretty much heading into the ending here. So for this section, basically what happened was, obviously King Gomah was trapped, and he's not really given an extremely harsh punishment. They decide to trap him, or basically seal him in a place for over 100 years. However, because King Gomah didn't try to kill Dende, they eventually decided, you know what, let's make it 99 years, and it's not that bad. Like, when you think about it, King Gomah didn't really kill anyone or do anything extremely evil, unlike the other characters. Yeah, he was a bit of an asshole, obviously, and he could have and would have killed them, but so far his punishment seems pretty light, quotations. 99 years is pretty ridiculous either way, but you'll see at the end that it's not so bad. In terms of who's the new Demon King, well, Aranzu obviously wanted to be the new Supreme Demon King, but because she didn't have her wish granted, then, or rather because she didn't have her wish granted, then it didn't really make much sense for her in her viewpoint, because someone would eventually overthrow her. And they get into a scene where basically we now know that because Majin defeated King Gomah, then he's the new ruler and next in line. So yeah, Majin is a new demon realm ruler, which is pretty cool because he starts off by making Aranzu the vice president or vice supreme demon chancellor, or however you say it, and he makes pretty much everyone a minister, which is pretty cool. It's very lighthearted in the way that, hey, you know what, these characters aren't completely evil, or these characters aren't evil. You know, they have character. They're not some like, oh well, I'll kill you and I'll just rule everything with an iron fist. So I don't really mind this part of Daima. You know, Majin does ask the Z Fighters if they wanted to be a minister, but Goku said no, you know, since they want to go back home. Now, is Super Saiyan 4 a temporary transformation? So this kind of like goes into like when the cast are about to head home, and basically Vegeta says something to the lines of, you know what, hey, I still could have won, and you know, Goku was keeping Super Saiyan 4 transformation from him. But then it becomes like a very interesting thing where Goku says, Boo was really strong, so I trained a lot after fighting him. To which he says, I wasn't sure if it would work though. So this tells me that, you know what, Goku had this power hidden, or basically he was doing his best to kind of like get into it. He kind of knew it was in there, but he didn't know if he could really use it. Which confirms to me that Neva's thing basically just acted as kind of like a limit breaker. It just put Goku to its limits. In fact, Chronicles has an interesting statement about it. So no, Goku doesn't just lose the power, or it's not ineffective outside the demon realm. So all of those theories in the trash. And the official name for Vegeta's Super Saiyan 3 or form is Ultra Vegeta 1. Yeah, very cute. There's an interesting scene where Piccolo, Dende, and Neva are talking, and Neva asks Dende and Piccolo if they want to live in the demon realm, but they said that they still basically have their duties on Earth. Definitely want to see Neva in the future because he seems like an interesting and very powerful character. And of course they say I'll ask the Nameks who lost to Planet Namek and have been reduced to nomads. I'm sure they welcome the idea. They have a whole dialogue thing there. And then after some more dialogue, Goku and Pansy and her father talk. They have another heart-to-heart, and Majin asks Goku that if things ever get hairy, which basically means if they're ever in trouble in the demon realm, if Goku and Ko could help them, to which Goku agrees. So yes, things are open-ended in that place. So yeah, not a bad series. Now let's go into the secret ending. Basically the post-credits scene. And this happens where the cast visit the shop where they originally got the bugs. So because Goku says that they've been running low on senzu beans, so they thought they could get revived bugs. They enter the section or the store, and the lady there eventually recognizes Goku and the Supreme Kai as adults now. And after some dialogue, they have a decent conversation. Goku thanks her, and this is where the interesting thing is. After getting the bugs or the things that they wanted, we find a interesting scene where they find out that there are more third eyes. So yep, the Teretian Oculus, or the thing that made Gomah extremely strong as the fight went on, the thing that took a Super Saiyan 4 to take down eventually, the thing that rejuvenated the characters, they were being sold the entire time. They could be sold the entire time. All those years of them looking, and this store had it all the time, which leaves some very interesting implications for the future. Wow, yeah, very interesting. So yeah, I'm very hopeful that we'll get a Dragon Ball Daima Season 2. Or if we'll see like this implemented in a future arc in the future.